Well, it is now my pleasure to introduce Representative Stanley. It is a pleasure to have you here today to recognize, and we want to recognize him as a public servant who has spent his career focused on something that truly defines the strength of our communities, how we care for one another, especially those who have spent a lifetime building them. Representative Tom Stanley understands that housing is more than just a roof over somebody's head. For so many seniors, it's about stability, just like Nima was just saying, stability, independence, and the ability to remain in the communities that they know and love. Throughout his time in the Massachusetts House, Tom has been a thoughtful and steady voice on these issues. He recognizes that as our population ages, the need for safe, affordable, and accessible housing only grows more urgent, and that meeting that need requires both urgency and compassion. He has been a strong advocate for policies that help older adults age with dignity, supporting not just housing, but like Hearth, the services and the community connections that allow people to live independently for as long as possible. Because Tom knows that for seniors, housing isn't just about where you live, it's about how you live. That understanding is what makes his leadership so important and impactful. Tom approaches his work with a practical mindset and a deep sense of responsibility. He knows the decisions made on Beacon Hill directly affect whether someone can stay in their home, remain close to their family, and continue to be part of the community that they helped to build. And he has consistently worked to make sure the answer to those questions is yes. That is why it is so fitting that he's being recognized today by Hearth as one of our housing champions. Thank you.
I don't want to take up everyone's time, but I asked my staff to give me some talking points for today about what we've done at the state level, and it was really, really long, too long, but it's not enough. And fill in the gaps. We rely on folks like you, nonprofits that are well-run, and the donors. We can't end homelessness without all of your help. And I found myself, my mind drifting off, thinking about another problem that we've just become aware of, and regarding a nonprofit. And I'm struck with if the point that young gentleman made, you always have to have more money coming in than what you're spending. And so it's basic, makes perfect sense, but it's so important. It's important for a lot of reasons, providing the services and the trust of the community. So I applaud all of you. I've become familiar with this organization over the last few years, and I'm really impressed. And I just want to say, it's nice. I love getting awards, I have to say. The pat on the back really works. But I also know nothing gets done without everyone involved. And on Beacon Hill, particularly, you can put it into three categories: the legislative branch, staff, legislators, administration, but most importantly, the advocates and lobbyists on that side. We all work together to draft good policy and be open with each other and honest about what's happening. And that's the only way that we can make positive progress. So thank you very much.